I'm sorry, here it is. Oh, man. Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Enjoying things, enjoying life. For me, just relaxing. And here, I wanted to give my thoughts and going over everything that happened. This is Us series finale, not just season finale. But, yeah. After 6 seasons, multiple timelines, and countless game weeks, NBC's show does come to an end and does very well in doing so. Here is my thoughts in general. Let's finish. Early in the finale, Randall Peterson is summing up the mood about writing this farewell to the show. And last week's Peterson glad to say goodbye to the matriarch Rebecca, an episode that didn't make me cry so much it gave me a headache. But it sounds like it's same experience, and at times Dan is lean to misery. But overall, interesting. Maybe that's one of the cinema comparison. Choosing to pair a familiar weekend setup and their overall tons of letters. Thankful and sport just itself and more about what comes next. It isn't lost on me that Rebecca's demise in her twilight years was drawn out over a decade, which is in sharp contrast to the sudden nature of Jack's death when the big three were teens. It doesn't matter that Jack has been dead for 30 years, as his legacy lives on to his kids, grandchildren, and his younger brother Nicky. In the case of Randall's eulogy, you never get to hear his oratory skills as William keeps these words a mystery. The short montage in the church is purposely disorienting, and later on, Randall tells his three now adult children, I can't remember a single thing I said. Grief has also taken on an uncharacteristically tone. It all feels so pointless. Rhodesia pulls him back from the brink of despair. No one is better at crying on screen or serving of a single tear than the actor Brown. And his reaction to finding out he's going to have a grandson after being surrounded by women his entire adult life breaks the mood. Jack and Rebecca aren't the only two paternal figures memorized or memorialized by the family. Deidre tells Randall about wanting to call the baby William, which set my tear ducts off a little bit. Your grandson is going to be named after a man I never met, but I know him because I know you. It's not pointless. It is not. Deidre's very good news on a very sad day points to the hero of life that This Is Us is dished out from day one of the show. Heck, the pilot episode combines tragedy with hope, and this pattern repeats all through 6 seasons. Instead of opting for another abstract timeline, such as last week's deception of the accident that occurred on the same day as the Pearson house fire, this narrative is strictly Pearson's own. Tricks are not required for the series finale. That on a scale of How I Met Your Mother rounds closer to Alan Ball's farewell to the Fisher family. The future isn't completely mapped out, but we have seen a glimpse of Kate and Toby's son's rockstar career. Adult Jack is not to take his chance his part to play on the swings. The montage starts with This Is Us shows. If there is that a multi-generational story tells us that its swings are good no matter what the era. A swing is why Rebecca has a scar on her eye, but that is a permanent reminder of the time she spent with her father. I really wish that I had spent more time appreciating it when it was all happening, instead of just worrying about when it would end. She said, "Seeing us, we don't need many more to break the fourth wall to understand that this line is a knowing wink about the characters we are watching in our own lives in general. We don't know if Randall will become president or Katie's music school for the blind will turn into a global empire and a global phenomenon. The mother told them to live fearlessly, and the big three have grand ambitions to honor her wishes and their own dreams. Though I say perhaps the most poignant part of this finale and final conversation between siblings is when they do the Big Three chant that made his first appearance in the second ever episode. It gives you a mention of Jack's ties. Three kids together as one. We see the origin of that regularly at home. Younger Kate wants to watch home movies, and Jack pulls out the debut performance, much to the annoyance of Kevin because he's seen it like a million times. Timelines stacked on top of timelines, and the scene cuts to Jack filming this original recital. Now, this is where This Is Us might be considered too corny, but it's the final episode, so I'm people to be, and I welcome it. And I like callbacks. The present Kate admits her nightmare is that busy lives will eventually lead to the Big Three drifting apart. The non-linear storyline and storytelling device has revealed that many ups and downs, including falling outs between Kevin and Randall, mostly notably regarding Rebecca's healthcare, differences are eventually put aside and hurtful words are forgotten. The chant isn't the glue that keeps them together, but it is a tangible link to their father. If only they had their mother's musical talents, they could have on the road. Flash of the Pearsons family past were unparalleled to what is now near the future. The paradox of always looking forward or back is fundamental to why this is strikes a chord. And Jack's sentiments sound like something you can find stitched on a cushion, an information of information to hang in your kitchen. But it also rings true. Cliches are cliches for a reason. Covering a large swath of time in a family setup means that most viewers will find something or someone who resonates. For my friends who had a baby during this pandemic, Kevin and Madison's story struck a chord, and there are plenty of details that fit their new parents' worldviews. For me, there is so much about Nikki that reminds me um, many different things in many different ways. Whenever I mention there is a new episode of This Is to watch, my friends refer to as going to church or interesting. Why? I lost. I can't count how many times there's um so I enjoyed this show and the finale mixes levity and heartbreak with Loki and Beth shining in one last game of worst case scenario to stop husband Randall. Of the big three, Randall deservedly gets the lion's share of us. This includes a poignant flashback to conversation with William about the role of being a grandparent that explores the notion of unconditional love and prominence of memory. Wrapping up a 100-plus episode run is no easy task, particularly in an era in which networks shows like This Is Us becoming a thing of the past. But Beautiful Woman and Instant Ensemble can rest easy that they stuck the landing and thankfully it didn't give me a headache this time. It was a good time. I thoroughly enjoyed this show and gonna miss it. Enjoyed it, loved it. But I'll take a little break and then I'll come back to show them the last stuff. But yeah, it's a good show. I'll be right back. I do say all in all, good show, and It's be interesting to see how things go moving forward. For the actors that were part of the show, but This Is Us was a good show, it's long standing. I've already started part of my collection of the DVDs for the show, part of my general collection of DVDs, but for that show specifically, I have the first two seasons so far. I do believe, or at the very least, at least season one to at least start it. But my point is, I'll have all the DVDs in time, and just like I finally got the last one for Boy Meets World, show that ended 20 years ago or so. But either way, hope you all have a great rest of your day. Share your memories and thoughts of the show in the comment section below if you wish to. Subscribe, ring the bell, and all that. And above all else, as always, take care.